Good, YouTube? It's your boy Moody, back again on Pokemon Showdown. You've been watching the last couple of videos of me probably getting, me getting bopped on the ladder. But today we have something different. It's not a ladder. It's a breakdown of my new fantasy Pokemon team, as you could say. I'm in a Pokemon competitive league called the JBA. The JBA is very similar to the GBA and the UCL. If you don't know what Pokemon League format is, it's basically you take you draft a whole bunch of Pokemon, and each Pokemon is worth a different value. So there's like Tier 1 Mons, Tier 2 Mons, Tier 3 Mons, Tier 4 Mons, 5 and 6 Mons. So you have to draft a couple then, and then draft one from each tier, and then you have to then you have a whole bunch of free points where you can draft from the other tiers, but it all has to add up to 400 points. It's kind of cool. It's a cool league. It's in its third season. I won season 1, and last season, season 2, I went 6-4, winning record, but I didn't make playoffs. A little upset. I only missed out on playoffs by differential. The guys who made playoffs over me had the same record, so I was a little salty. But we're back for season 3, and draft already happened. I picked my full team, and I'm gonna also be doing. This video will be a breakdown of who I drafted, why I drafted it, why I picked it at that particular time in the draft. So why I picked something first, why I picked something second, so on and so forth. You get 11 Mons, so we're in here for a full breakdown. I'm going to be linking all the docs to the Master chart, so there are Master JBA doc, so you can see the other teams, what the other teams are doing, the schedule. Battles go up once a week. He'll probably start up in about 2 or 3 weeks. And coming soon in a little bit, me and the league host Jade Hex did a league breakdown. So we talked about all the other teams, and talked a lot of shit. So hopefully that will be coming soon. I think part 1 is going to be on his channel, and then part 2 is going to be on my channel. So I'll definitely upload that, share the links. There'll be a whole breakdown, and you can hear me talk about what I think about the other teams. But today we're talking about my team, the Westchester Weaviles. So let's get into it. All right. So, as you could see, this is my JBA season. This is the first part, so this is the first 6 picks in order. So, my first pick, I picked Cresselia, nicknamed Rita Repulsa, because, we causing havoc on the moon. Shout out to the Power Rangers. So, why did I pick Cress? Well, Cress is a monster when it comes to walling Mons and potentially sweeping. Look at this HP. 120. Defense 120, special defense 130. Those are insane. This Mon can sit in front of other Mons, even a boosted Mon. Take a lot of hits, and the special attack is pretty bad. It's not pretty low end. It's 75, but it can get boosted by Calm Mind, and it has pretty good recovery in Moonlight or Moonblast. Whoops. Moonblast is also a good one, but Moonlight. So what this means, you can boost up this special attack and even special defense a couple stages, and have a really good and potentially sweep through a team. And it's really hard to kill. It is a very, very hard Mon to kill. The ways it usually goes down is by toxic damage racking up, or by getting tricked. So getting tricked like a choice scarf or a choice band, and then it's limited to only one move. But Cress, offensively, Cress needs Calm Mind to really boost itself, and it really functions well as a very good support Mon. It gets really cool moves like Lunar Dance, which is pretty much it kills itself and fully heals another team. And it gets the screen, so it gets Reflect and Light Screen, which are super good moves to have. And it also gets Thunder Wave, which this is still Gen 6. We're playing Gen 6. We're still waiting for Gen 7 to settle out. So, I mean, Thunder Wave is still a really good move in Gen 6. Like, it's 100% accuracy, and it's just, like, an annoying move to deal with. It also gets some, like, pretty good offensive moves. So, like, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Ice Beam, Grass Knot, Energy Ball. Grass Knot's a cool move. Because, I mean, if you're dealing with, like, really fat mons. It also has a really good ability in Levitate, so it can't get bopped by, like, an Earthquake. Unless it's, like, a Mold Breaker Earthquake from, like, an Excadrill or a Haxorus. Alright. Well, going, next pick is the, Crank Anchors, the Mandibuzz. Shout out to anybody who knows Crank Anchors. Why did I draft this one? Well, my first 2 picks, I really wanted to focus on defense. Season 2, I had a team that had, like, Togetic and Piloswine and Bronzong as my main sources of defense. I didn't really like having those 3 as, like, my real main sources of defense because it's like they were both, like, a Violite heavy and, like, you know, weak to knockoff. I just wanted, like, I wanted a different type of bulk. I really wanted, like, almost, like, come right in and just take any kind of, like, +1 or +2 hit. So that's why I, like, prioritized defense with the first 2 picks. And as you'll see later, I kind of have, like, a general overall strategy of, like, why I picked these walls in particular. But Mandibuzz is a really good mon. Base 110 HP, 105 defense, 95 special defense. Those are really good. Those are really good stats for a wall. And speed is really good for a wall too, 80. As you can see, Crest has pretty good speed too at 85. That's really good for, like, a very defensive mon. Most defensive mons are on the slower side. So these 2 are going to probably outspeed most walls if it becomes, like, a wall versus wall. May not, like, outspeed some offensive threats, but it can, and you can potentially speed creep like some slower bulky mons. But besides from just being, like, having really good defensive stats, Mandibuzz has really good moveset as well. So Axis Brave Bird, Stab Brave Bird, always good to have in League. Dark Pulse can be annoying. Flinch, 20% chance to flinch. Defog, which is really good. Like, I wanted hazard removal too. Hazard removal is always important. And as you see later, I have a Charizard X, so needed to, like, I was planning on getting Charizard X to begin with, so I wanted to make sure I had hazard removal before I got Charizard X. Heat Wave, really random move that it gets, but it can come in useful if it's, like, a quad week, if I'm playing, like, a Scizor team or something like that. Knockoff, really good utility move, and Stab Knockoff too, which is pretty good. It gets Nasty Plot. I did not know that, but that's kind of cool to know. Maybe, like, Nasty Plot Heat Wave set, Heat Wave Dark Pulse and Air Slash. That might be the set. It also gets Shadow Ball. That's kind of random too. I didn't know that. Rest Sleep Talk. I don't know why you would run Rest Sleep Talk when you can, you know, just roost up. Roost also pretty good. Makes, like, a fat mon even better. So got 2 mons with reliable recovery. 2 big defensive mons. Reliable recovery is always good. Taunt, so you can stall break a little bit. Toxic. Every mon gets toxic, but still, it's a useful move for Mandibuzz because it can set up toxic and then just keep on roost stalling and toxic stall it out. U-turn. Now this is what I really like on Mandibuzz. I like fat mons that can U-turn or Volt Switch out, because then that slow U-turn and slow Volt Switch I think is really good in League, because then you can create matchup problems. You can, like, slow U-turn out and then get in the mon you want and fire off a huge hit, which if you're looking at my draft, I got some big hitters with with Nidoking, Charizard X, and Mamoswine, and even in the other 5 mons are pretty big hitters. Whirlwind is also a really good move to know, because I mean, it depends on the matchup, of course, but Mandibuzz can take a lot of +1 boosted hits. So if some mon thinks it's gonna get to, like, +2 on Mandibuzz, nah, that's gonna get Whirlwind the fuck out of here. We're not taking that. And then other moves to, like, consider Tailwind. That's really good too. You know, like, help some of the slower mons double in speed. Very good support mon in general. Good defense. I really wanted it. It was a tier 2 mon. Crest was a tier 1 mon. I just wanted defense first. So So I got two pretty big defensive mons. So I wanted to get a little offense because I just didn't want. I wanted to secure my offense as soon as possible. So I got Lean the Nido King. Lean Nido King. You know the stats. You know 102 attack, 85 special attack, 85 speed. You know it's kind of like average around the board. But what really makes this mon good is sheer force. So you basically get a 1.3 power bonus for moves with like secondary effects. So you basically get a 30% increase. And if we look at Nido King's move pool, it is insane. I think it has one of the craziest move pools outside of like mons like Mew and fucking Pikachu and like all these like other legendary Pokemons. But even just like looking at like Aqua Tail, Avalanche, Blizzard, Brick Break, Dragon Pulse. I mean, Earth Power and Earthquake. It is poison ground type. So, Fire Blast, Fire Punch, Flamethrower, Head Smash, Ice Beam, Ice Punch, Mega Horn, Outrage, Poison Jab. I mean, Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch. I don't know if I want to run that on Nido King, but like still, that's cool to know. Rock Slide, Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw. Like it basically is like getting like like a super good move from like every type of mon. Like I think the only thing really is missing is like Flash Cannon, really. But like, come on now, Thunderbolt. Like Thunderbolt, that's crazy. Like what? How does Nido King like fire off a Thunderbolt? Like that's what I want to know. Like where is it generating this electric? Is it just Boogie Oogie all around? And then it even has like access to cool support moves like Taunt, Toxic Spikes, and Stealth Rocks. Like it's really crazy. Like this mon gets so many moves. I mean, generally it would be a wall breaker for the team I have, but like I could just customize this to take out a certain amount of threat, like take out like one or two threats on my opponent's team, and you know, like that I know are coming, and then just bring the right stab move. Like I'm pretty sure this covers like this has coverage for almost everybody. If not, like I'm trying to think like what doesn't this move pool hit like super effectively? Like if depending if I want to run 4 moves. I mean, like it might have a little bit of 4 move syndrome, but it's Nido King. It's gonna hit hard, and that's what I wanted. I picked the third because I really think it was at that point in the draft. I just thought it was gonna go, so I just wanted to secure it up. I had the 6th pick, and it was a snake draft, so I think I was like right in the middle. So I kind of like I had a fair amount of picks before I picked again. Like on both sides, I had 12 picks basically before I picked again. So it was kind of like I need to like secure mons and like try to like anticipate in the future. Next up, we got Weapon X. Shout out to X-Men Apocalypse. Just watched that on the plane, like while I was like playing to California. Like while I was like in the middle of this JBA draft, I was like watching like Wolverine just like fuck someone up. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call Charizard X this. Charizard X was my mega pick. You only allowed 1 mega in the JBA, and it's like a free mega. Like it's a tier 1 mega, but so I didn't get any like additional points. Like if I picked like a lower tier mega, I would have had more free points to go with whatever I want. Why did I pick Charizard X? Well, it's a monster. Let's be real. It's got base 78 HP, which is but it's got base 130 attack, 111 defense, 130 special attack, 85 special defense, which is pretty good, and base 100 speed, which is okay. Which is like there are certain speed tiers that you should probably hit, and I was trying to go for 4 mons over 100 or over in this draft, and then have the others like kind of be in the 80-ish range, and maybe even lower a couple, or like 1 or 2 exceptions. But I really like this mon because like this ability, Tough Claws, it just hits so hard. Another one like power multiplied by 1.3 on contact moves. Like that's insane. And like it's got Brick Break, it's got Dragon Claw, Flare Blitz, Flame Charge, Fire Fang, if you don't want to have the recoil. And then what really makes it great is Dragon Dance. So if I can get a Dragon Dance up with like Dragon Claw and Flare Blitz, like even like a recovery move like Roost, If I can get like 1 or 2 Dragon Dances up, it is game over. Now, Charizard does have some exploitable weaknesses in terms of rocks. It's like if rocks are up before it megas, it takes 50 or 49% if I'm running the right HP. But 49% on entry, which is not good. But Dragon Fire is such a good, like, they cover each other so well. Dragon Fire stat covers each other so well. Like, Charizard X doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. Sure, it gets blown back by like Stone Edge or like an Earthquake, but like a lot of mons do. And I think I have 2 off the ground mons. So Earthquake, I already have 2. So Earthquake is not really affecting me too much. And I mean, like, for like a Stone Edge, like, Crest can take a Stone Edge, even if it's like a crit from most mons, depending on the mon, of course. And I mean, this thing doesn't want to take a Stone Edge, but still, like, this thing kind of does. But that's why my next pick goes into Banks, the Fortress. Now, I really wanted Fortress. I really like Fortress. I had it season 1 on my championship team, and part of the reason why I wanted Fortress because it can Rapid Spin. Let's see, it can Rapid Spin, but it also gets access to Stealth Rocks, Spikes, and Toxic Spikes. It is one of the few mons, if not the only one, I'm pretty sure I'm missing one, that gets access to all 3 levels of hazard stacking, which is phenomenal. I mean, hazard stacking is really good in League to break any potential focus dashes, and if you get 2 layers of Toxic Spikes, it's badly poisoned. It's toxic poison, so it's badly poisoned. So like racks up poison damage, which can, over time, if you have enough defense, like you could Toxic Saw someone out. It also gets like really random moves like Volt Switch, and then you get the ability Sturdy combined with like a Cut Step Berry. You could run like Cut Step Berry Explosion, which is a pretty common set, but it's kind of cool. It also gets like really strange moves like Giga Drain. I didn't even know it got Pain Split. That's cool. Rock Polish, run that offensive. Run that max offensive Rock Polish sweeping set. I want to do that, but I'm not real enough. Maybe if I clinch playoffs pretty early. Gyro Ball is also a really good move. Like, it's a slow mon, and like I mean, but it's like a good slow mon, if that makes sense. So like it's so slow that like you could really punish some like really fast mons on Gyro Ball, and especially like mons that are setting up Rock Polish or mons that have the Dragon Dance set up. Like, you could potentially, like, bring this in. It will hit you on the first shot, and you Gyro Ball on that turn, bring you down to your Sturdy, and then Cut Step activates, and then you hit Gyro Ball again, and the mon could potentially be out of there. Volt Switch, slow Volt Switch, super solid. As I mentioned with Mandibuzz, slow Volt Switch can go into one of my heavy wall breakers like Weapon X or Lean. And I can get these in for free without them having to take a hit or without like essentially sacrificing something. Next up, for my 6th pick, I picked Oldhead, the Mamoswine. Now, Mamoswine, like, it probably doesn't like necessarily fit well with Nidoking. They kind of do the same thing. They're big wall breakers. Like, look at this attack. An adamant 252 attacks 360. That's really good. But this thing probably doesn't fit super well with Nidoking, but I just wanted to take it. It was there. Like, I'm so surprised it made it to the 6th round. Like, I don't understand why no one took this. Ground Ice is phenomenal coverage. Physical Ice mons are so in demand. There are only like really 4 good physical Ice mons in Westchester Weavile, Sneasel, Mamoswine, and Piloswine. The rest are like, I don't even know like who gets Ice Shard or who gets Icicle Crash. Like, I don't even know. Like, they're just not that good. But Mamoswine is like super, like Earthquake, Stab Earthquake, and the Stab Icicle Crash are gonna hurt. Like, those 2 moves combined hit the majority of mons, like, either super effectively or, like, really hard. And Ice Shard, which is +1 priority ice move, is really good for, like, set up Dragon Dance Sweepers. So if like a Dragon Dance Weaver is in your face and you're like, what am I gonna do? You bring this in and at least fire off a Life Orb Ice Shard, depending on which dragon it is, and depending if it's running a Yachi Berry, it could really hurt. Or not hurt as much if they're running Yachi. But the fact that Mamoswan's on this team, it makes people maybe not run Life Orb, but instead run Yachi Berry, which takes down the power a little bit. So, I mean, I don't even like need to necessarily bring these two at the same time, but my opponent, whoever I play, has to prepare for both to come, or one to come, or at least one to come. So moving along, looking at these first 6 picks, I had these 5 mons originally planned. Like, this is what I wanted, and then from there there's one more mon that I wanted, but from here I was just gonna not improvise, but like plug and play and see like who's left, and play from there. So let's look at the next 6 picks, or 5 picks, sorry. So we have Justice Society of America, aka JSA, the Virizion. Why did I pick Virizion? Well, I really wanted Fighting Stab. I think Fighting Stab is important in League format. Fighting is just good, like pretty good. And I wanted to get a couple mons over the speed tier of 100. So this Virizion hits 108 over 100, which is good. It can outspeed a lot of like 100 mons, 100 and below mons. If I run a plus speed nature, of course. But it also has pretty good stats in HP, 91, good attack in 90, really good special defense in 129, and good special attack in 90. So I could either run physical or special, and maybe even run like a bulkier special defensive set, depending on the matchup, of course. And it has a pretty good moveset. Close Combat, great. Calm Mind, great to boost that 90 and boost that special attack. Energy Ball, Focus Blast, Giga Drain, Grass Knot, Leaf Blade, Quick Attack for priority, always nice. Sacred Sword, Taunt, X Scissor, Zen Headbutt, Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is pretty good. Even a Stone Edge. So there's a lot of. You could either run this physically or specially offensive, and it's got good speed, which it's good in League. Like you want your opponent to like not necessarily know how you're gonna prep, but you want them to you kind of want to be able to throw them off guard a little bit. By no means is this so this thing gets sword. Oh yeah, this thing gets swords and even synthesis. That's cool. I didn't know it got synthesis. But I could boost from both sides. So I could boost from the special side or from the physical side. Which, I mean, a mon that could hit from both sides and boost from both sides. Like, there's not a lot of mons who can exploit both Calm Mind and Sword Dance. I just really liked it. I mean, it was there, and I felt like I needed it. At the moment, like for what I had in my draft, I didn't have it originally planned. I had this next one planned, Lantern. Let's get into that. I'm gonna call this thing Deep Blue, or no, Blue Crush. Why not? Or Varsity Blues. How about Moody Blues? Moody Blues. Oh shit. What the fuck did I do on my map? Alright, sorry. Moody Blues. So I got Moody Blues Lantern, and out of my original, this was the last mon that I had originally planned for. I planned for Cress, Mandibuzz, Nidoking, Charizard X, Fortress, and Lantern. The rest, and Volby to a lesser extent. But Lantern, really like it. Water electric, and it's got Volt Absorb and Water Absorb. I don't think I would never not run Volt Absorb, but it's just to put that in like the universe. I could run Water Absorb, but my opponent still has to be wary of that if they're gonna try to Fire Off is called. Now Lantern doesn't have the best stats in the world, but that HP stat though is like 125. That's really good. yeah, special defense is kind of, and then defense is kind of. It's a water type that gets bopped by earthquake, which is kind of not good. But I do like the fact I like its moves. So let's go into its moves. Dazzling Gleam, kind of cool. Fairy coverage. Heal Bell. Now I wanted a Heal Bell mon because a lot of people are gonna try to Toxic, Cress, or Mandibuzz. So I wanted something to heal either of them if they get poisoned, like, or when they get poisoned. They're definitely gonna get poisoned this season. Hydro Pump, obviously great. Scald, one of the best moves in the game. Ice Beam, solid as well. T-Wave, this is a really good mon too for speed control. Now, my team is kind of fast, but it's always good to like neutralize a potential Scarfer or T-Wave someone so they can't like Dragon Dance up and destroy my team. Wild charts, that's crazy. But Volt Switch too. This goes into my strategy with Mandibuzz and Fortress, where slow turns into my big wall breakers, or mons that I could set up like Virizion, like get a slow turn into this and then force a switch on my opponent's side and get up a Swords Dance or a Clawmon, so get up a Dragon Dance, or just fire off a big hit with Nidoking. Like that's pretty much the goal with this team. Is to get the slow turn or create matchup problems. That's really what I want to do. Is just force a bad matchup, force 50-50. Like I can either stay in, attack, and try to like stop the boost, or I could switch and then take this hit. Like I want my opponent to really have to like stress out about that during the match. I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully, I don't stress too much. This is just a game, guys. All right, next we have returning from season 2. We got Big Papa, the Volbeat. Now, this was my tier 6 pick. Tier 6 is mostly PU mons, so they're really not that good. They're very situational mons, but I actually really like Volbeat. Like, I didn't really get to use it as much as I wanted to, but it has an amazing ability in Prankster. Prankster, for those who don't know, allows status moves to have priority +1. That's amazing. Priority is just like really good in League in general. But it has priority baton pass, get a little momentum, access to both, priority T-Wave, potentially stop a sweep, priority Tailwind. If this thing's about to die, just get up a Tailwind real quick and then hopefully revenge with one of my big wall killers. But why did I draft this? I drafted this for this Tail Glow. So one of the main sets that you run with Volbeat is Focus Sash, Tail Glow, Baton Pass. So turn 1, if there's no rocks or whatever, or come in on no rocks, get up that Tail Glow. It might get blown back by a mon, but it gets down to Sash, that's fine. And then you Baton Pass into whatever you want. And Tail Glow is like any special attacker boosted with a Tail Glow is insane. But like, especially some of the mons that I have later on who are special attackers, but then also Cress at +3 with this bulk, and some of these moves like Moonblast, Energy Ball, and Shadow Ball. Like, I could run like Moonlight 3 attacks with 3 attacks Cress with the intention of getting a Tail Glow to Cress, and then potentially destroy a team. I mean, I'm really revealing strategies right here, but hey, I want to put that fear in the universe. You know what I mean? Besides Tail Glow passing, what it could also help is Sunny Day. Where's Sunny Day? The fuck? I know this thing got Sunny Day. Oh, maybe it's So Sunny Day and Rain Dance. So why would I run Sunny Day and Rain Dance? Well, I could run Sunny Day to help out Charizard X to boost the Flare Blitz. I don't think a lot of mons want to take a stab Flare Blitz from an Adamant Charizard X in the sun. Like, that's killing a lot of mons. I did this last year. I ran Sunny Day, Choice Bandit, I ran Sunny Day Volbeat into Choice Bandit Entei, and that thing just ripped through a couple teams. Also, Rain Dance. Rain Dance is kind of cool. It could help Volbeat out a little bit, and help maybe like some of my special attackers that have water moves, or it could potentially stop. Not stop, but like slow down like mons like Darmanitan or Entei or Victini from just like running wild with fire coverage. I mean, Victini could, in theory, take advantage of the capitalize on the rain with like thunder and just not miss a thunder. But hey, it could happen. Besides that, like I just really like for the value it is tier 6, like it could just do a lot of things. It's probably it is the best support mon on my team. I think it supports everyone. The only problem, or one of the problems with Volbeat is like you have to bring it, and it's gonna be support. It's not gonna offensively do much, and it's kind of just like there. So it's like almost like you're playing 5-on-6 with your opponent. U-turn. I mean, it gets some moves like Thunderbolt, U-turn, Thunder Punch, like Signal Beam. I mean, maybe I'll just run Teglo Volbeat. Or maybe I want to lose. I don't know. Like, I don't think this is gonna do much offensively, but it can really help someone else offensively. So next up, I have 2 more picks left. At this point in the draft, I can get a tier 4 and a tier 2. What I wanted from these last 2 months was just really, really good speed, and that's what I got. I got Noivern the Count, which will this count. If we take a look at his stats, it's a Dragon type and Dragon Flying. It's 85 HP, not terrible. 80 defense, okay. 70. Not gonna run physical. Noivern. Special attack 97, pretty solid. Special defense 80, combined with Dragon typing. Dragon has a lot of resistance, so it's pretty good. Speed though 123. That is really fast. Like not a lot of mons are outspeeding that, and it's got a really cool ability too in Frisk or Infiltrator. Most likely I would run Infiltrator over Frisk, but Frisk is still pretty good to know. In certain situations, like if I want to know if a mon is Choice Scarfed, Choice Banded, like I could come in on this, figure out it's Choice Scarf, and I'll be like, oh shit, this thing might be faster than me. Or, nah, this thing is not faster than me, it's banded. Okay, I'm going to drop a Draco Meteor. So, going into this move pool, on the special slide, that's Stab Air Slash, pretty good. And with this speed, 30% chance to flinch, which hopefully like hit all the flinches. Boom Burst, really good move. Like, even if I ran like a Choice Specs Boom Burst, I mean, sure, it's not stab, and so it's not like really like Explode, but this thing, it's gonna hit hard. This is gonna hit really hard on any mon that doesn't resist it. It's got Dark Pulse. That's pretty cool. Draco Meteor, stab Draco Meteor, stab Choice Specs Draco Meteor is taking lives. So that's gonna take someone's life this season. Dragon Pulse if I don't want the special attack drop. Heat Wave and Flamethrower. The Heat Wave's a little more power, but Flamethrower has 100% accuracy, which is really solid. Hurricane. So going back to Volbeat in the rain, like if I set up the rain and then run like Hurricane, like Choice Specs Hurricane, Choice Specs stab Hurricane in the rain, that's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt. Like Hyper Voice too. That's kind of cool. Psychic, Shadow Ball. Toxic, X Scissor, Whirlwind to phase out, Whirlwind Taunt. I can run like a Whirlwind Taunt U-turn. I think this thing gets Roost too. Yeah, Roost set. Like there is there's stall breaker potential with this. I mean, I don't think I would want to do that, but it's still there. Switcheroo, which is like basically like the dark version of Trick. It switches foes items with the foe, so I could potentially come in on like a wall and switch like a Choice Scarf or a Choice Specs on a physical wall or something along those lines. Super Fang's also a pretty good move too. Like does damage equal to half the target's current HP, which I mean it could come in handy. Like because I'm gonna outspeed a lot of mons with Noivern. Like a lot of mons are gonna either have to run Choice Scarf or get a boost from like Tailwind or like some sort of Rock Polish Dragon Dance kind of business. But like Noivern a little bit is like it's kind of like Nidoking in a sense where it's it just has like a lot of coverage and does something really well. Like this is going to be a special attacker, but it also, you know, fast turns always helpful too. Fast turns, if I get a bad matchup, fast turn into something better like Cress or Fortress or Lantern. So moving along, we got the last mon, Cerebro, the Azelf. This will be shiny. I think this is the only shiny mon that I like I'm gonna be running on this team. I don't really like the other shinies. Like I guess like Brazion shiny is kind of cool. It's like pinkish, salmonish. It's kind of sweet color, but I like the green better. This look at this shiny. This shiny wax shiny. I don't like these like tone like I don't. That's kind of cool, but I would want to rock red. I like red. This thing, I remember. Oh my god, what is? Ugh. It looks like a weird mint Christmas tree. And then this kind of it's either gonna be white, it's gonna be or light blue, turquoise, or it's gonna be gold. We rocking gold because we going for the gold here. So why did I get Cerebro the Azelf? Well, let's take a look at these stats first. 125 attack, 125 special attack, 115. That's why I got Cerebro. 115 is really good because even a base 100 mon with a speed nature cannot outspeed a 115. I think that's like the min, like base 150, max 115, of course. So 329. Let's actually, I'll show you. So because I do have a base 100. So Charizard X 299. Let's put a speed. Fuck it, let's just go like this. Plus minus. So 328. So max investment, max speed a base 100 can get to is 328. If I put 252 in speed, I get 329. So I'll always outspeed a base 100 unless it's running like some sort of choice scarf, which is helpful because then I could run something like this. Plus, and then let's say minus attack, whatever. I don't know if I would necessarily run that. I could run a modest nature and not have to, because like look, 383 in special attack compared to a non-boosting speed nature, 349. That's a big difference in special attack, and that can mean snagging KO or not snagging KO. I will admit, like Azelf is really frail, but the combination of good attack stats on both special and physical, combined with speed, was just too appealing. I mean, it's a psychic type too, so it being a psychic type, it gets access to pretty cool moves like Fire Blast, Grass Knot. Oh wow, gets Ice Punch, Knockoff, Psychic, of course, Psychic and Side Shock, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam. Shadow Ball and Signal Beam are pretty standard, almost psychic types. It's also another rocker, which is pretty cool. Like I have, in terms of rocks, I have Fortress, Mamoswine, and Azelf, all potential stealth rock users. Stealth rock's just always a great move to have, just chip damage, a little chip damage here and there, or if it's a fire flying type, 49%. Thunderbolt, really cool. Another T-Waver, that's like my third T-Waver, or fourth. Trick, this thing is fast, so maybe we're like trick a Choice Scarf onto something. Potentially. Whoops. U-turn, always great for momentum too. And, there's like good moves on both sides. I mean, it's frail, it's gonna die. But explosion, but if I run like Focus Dash and maybe like run Focus Dash Explosion, or folk stat. I mean, even just folk stat in general. Like, not a lot of mons are gonna live 2 hits from Azelf. What I'm trying to say. Depending on like it just has good support moves too. Like even access to light screen. Like I didn't even know that light screen and reflect. So dual screens Azelf. Maybe, why not? Um, so I really do like this team. I think it's a lot better than I think it's like a really solid team overall. I have pretty good speed, pretty good bulk, a lot of momentum. If we're just like look at my team holistically, Mandibuzz, Fortress, Volbeat, Lantern, Noivern, Azelf, all knows some sort of momentum move. So let's count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of my 11 mons know momentum move. That's really good because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create bad, really terrible matchups from my opponents so I can get a boost up and just run through the team. And you know, I hope it works out. I have some pretty stiff competition this season. My goal is to go 4-2. We're only playing 6 games because it's like it's an abridged season. Last season we played 10. Yeah, we played 10. This season we're only playing 6 because we kind of want to just like have a mini season and then go into Gen 7 for season 4. I don't want to say it's my best team I've ever drafted in League, but I think it's one of the better teams in League in the draft. Of course, I'll leave a description in not description, a link to the JBA doc. You can see all the other teams. Be on the lookout for a video of me breaking down the other teams with Jade Hex. Tell me what you think of my team. Do you think it's trash? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's scary? What do you think I could, what kind of moves do you want me to do to like make my team better? If you have any suggestions on nicknames, just let me know. I'm always looking for good nicknames. Some nicknames are gonna stay. Like Weapon X, like I'm not changing that nickname, and I'm not changing to be Repulsa or Crank Anchors. But I'm hoping to change the Neo King nickname. I'm not changing Banks either. Oldhead. I don't feel like super strongly about that. I'm not changing the counter Big Papa. Moody Blues, I would be open to change that. And probably not going to change the Rebo. But yeah, this is my team. Like, hopefully I do well. I've been rambling a lot. Leave a like, drop a like. Tell me what you think. Or if you just want to tell me to shut up and just end this video, I'm just going to end it right now.